Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to my channel Light4Blind. This video is about question and answers of political science which are most important and repeated for the test of PPSC, NTS and FPSC. If you like our videos, please subscribe this channel. Today our topic is foreign policy of major powers UK and USA. Question: which of the following constitution challenges to the US foreign policy in Central America and the Caribbean? Answer: economics, stagnation, organized crime in Mexico and Guatemala, rise of Brazilian power. Question: which of the following might prevent a violent fall of the American empire? Answer: the US is not trying to maintain a territorial empire in which it rules directly over other people. Question: why has the US adopted a punitive strategy? It is foreign policy in recent decades. Answer: punitive strategy does not require nation building by the US. Question: why has the level of US overseas aid declined in recent years? Answer: due to public apathy toward foreign affairs, due to congressional reticence, due to the militarization of US foreign policy. Question: what is the likely direction of US foreign policy in the wake of the Iraq War? Answer: more cautious. Question: what type of international system does the concept of power diffusion imply? Answer: a multipolar system that implies American decline and the rise of several powers such as China, India, Japan, Germany, and Russia. Question: why is the US interest in the Middle East likely to persist? Answer: oil supplies in the region are crucial to world oil prices. Question: why did the George W. Bush administration argue that revolution in military affairs was required for the US? Answer: to meet the challenges of asymmetric threats. Question: why is the US unlikely to sanction moves toward outright Taiwanese independence? Answer: due to China's military growth and due to mutual US Chinese economic interests. Question: why did Russia oppose proposal for Ukrainian membership of NATO? Answer: Russia feared to spread of US influence in Eastern Europe. Question: why do liberal internationalists argue that America needs to transatlantic relationship? Answer: it lends legitimacy to American global leadership. Question: what is the 1914 scenario in the context of future US foreign policy? Answer: a scenario in which of the US is drawn into regional conflict due to a defense commitment with the local state. Question: according to Rosnow, which variables should be considered to explain the foreign policy behavior of the United States? Answer: to external environment, domestic environment, government and bureaucracy, and individual personality of foreign policy officials such as the US President. Question: what, according to systemic theories, is the primary determinant of a state's foreign policy? Answer: the distribution of power in the international system. Question: how do defensive realism and offensive realism differ in their explanation of state behavior? Answer. Defensive realist believes state or security maximizer, whereas offensive realist believes state to be power maximizer. Question. What are the key elements of the liberal approach to US foreign policy? Answer. Promotion of democracy, free trade, and international institutions. Question. What drives US foreign policy according to the Marxist perspective? Answer. The search for new markets. Question. According to realist, what account for the onset of the Cold War? Answer. A power vacuum, the threat posed by the Soviet Union. Question. Which factor is cited by revisionists as the primary cause of the Cold War? Answer. Domestic concern of the US. Question. In what sense is the grand strategy of neo-isolationism predicated on defensive realist theory? Answer. Both place emphasizes on national interest and advocates a restrained foreign policy. Question. Why do liberal internationalists argue that international institutions are important to US grand strategy? Answer. They serve American interests. Question. What is meant by a grand strategy of primacy? Answer. Striving for American dominance in the international system. Question. What reason was cited for the decline of American power at the end of the Cold War? Answer. Defense overspending and budget deficits. Question. What was meant by the term New World Order? Answer. A new democratic internationalism led by the United States. Question. What was democratic enlargement? Answer. A proposal for the extension of democratic rule globally and a proposal for the extension of free markets. Question. What was meant by the term raw states? Answer. State outside of the family of nations. Question. What was the new populism? Answer. A strand of new isolationist sentiments. Question. How did relations with Russia develop under George H.W. Bush? Answer. Cautious support for Gorbachev and Yeltsin. Question. Why did George H.W. Bush allow Saddam Hussein to remain in power after the Gulf War of 1991? Answer. Limited UN mandate and fear of a protracted conflict. Question. What role did geoeconomics play in Clinton relations with Russia? Answer. The US promoted the marketization of Russian economy. Question. What was unique about the NATO intervention in Kosovo? Answer. It was the first war won by air power alone. Question. What is meant by smart power in US foreign policy? Answer. Combining hard and soft power into a successful strategy. Question. Which of the following reflects the US government's willingness to expand American soft power? Answer. The establishment of the U.S. Agency for International Development USAID by John F. Kennedy in 1961 and the Marshall Plan which helps stabilize post-World War II Europe by providing financial and technical assistance and the American navies helped to providing relief to Indonesia after the tsunami in 2004? Question. Which of the following describe a limitation of the realist approach to power in global politics? Answer. Realists tend to reduce power to hard power and thus overlook the power of ideas, cultural attractiveness, and persuasion in global politics. Question. Which of the following is an example of the projection of American smart power? Answer. The Bush administration's military operation in Iraq in 2003. Question. Which of the following helps to measure direct effect of America's soft power abroad? Answer. Official statistics on student and leadership exchanges. Question. Which of the following reflects problem in building soft power in the global information age? Answer. Paradox of plenty, scarcity of attention due to excessive exposure to multiple sources of information, risk of disseminating exaggerated claims which might be dismissed as propaganda, and abundance of daily misinterpretation of governmental policies without resorting to censorship. Question. How did the end of the Cold War and the September 11 terrorist attack influence the US leadership's approach to soft power? Answer. To US government's interest in expanding its soft power declined after the end of the Cold War. However, after the 9/11 attacks, the US leadership realized that soft power was even more important in the post Cold War era. Question. What does new public diplomacy imply? Answer. An interactive process through which the US government promotes rather than controls civil society initiative both at home and abroad. Question. What was the goal of containment during the Cold War? Answer. Preventing the spread of Soviet communism. Question. Which of these is not recommendation of the Powell Doctrine on the use of US military force? Answer. Incremental increase in the level of force used. Question. Why was the limitation of anti-ballistic missile system assumed to increase mutual security during the Cold War? Answer. It assured mutual vulnerability. Question. What was the significance of the Intermediate Nuclear Force INF Treaty in terms of arms controls? Answer. It was the first agreement that sought to eliminate a category of nuclear weapons. Question. Are Afghanistan and the Second Gulf War generally seen as political victory for the US? Answer. No, the US failed to establish stable regimes in Afghanistan and Iraq. Question. Why was the Bush administration's policy of preemption so controversial? Answer. It conflated preemption with prevention. Question. Why is the war in Afghanistan not considered to be a preemptive war? Answer. The war against the Taliban was treated as a war of self-defense. Question. In what sense was Donald Rumsfeld's strategy for the 2003 invasion of Iraq a departure from the Powell Doctrine? Answer. It rejected the need for overwhelming force. Question. Why did Japan's ruling elite accept dependence on the US post 1945? Answer. Dependence was accepted in return for a US security guarantee. Please subscribe my channel and like and share the video.